Hello, this is John, host of Mgtow is Freedom. I've enjoyed making these videos, but I don't think I've made myself clear in a lot of what I'm trying to describe. I don't think women are the enemy. I think there's a philosophy that is the enemy of men, and by extension, the enemy of our culture and our civilization as we know it. People that are adherents, students of, acolytes, lovers of, executors of this philosophy known as feminism, I think are the enemy. And so what I do is I look at them for characteristics. I define people into this group. You're either a feminist or you're not, based on your actions. And so the term feminist doesn't mean only women. The term feminist and feminism can be applied to women and men equally. And if you're not aware of it, there are male feminists. That is, they have certain beliefs which I do not agree with. When I refer to women who are feminists, I call them whores. I call them gold diggers. I call them wretches. I say they're vile harpies and they're vampires, they're parasites. That's not how they're born. They were born as women. And I do not hate women. I do not hate the female of the species. I despise and find despicable the feminist, whether it has a vagina or a penis. Okay? So the reason I'm doing this video is so that it's clear and it's clearly understood on here. Definitions, I think, are very important, because the definitions we give to things tell people how we think. If somebody has a track record of marrying men and divorcing them and taking their wealth, the wealth of the men, then that probably puts them into the class of a feminist. Okay, especially if they behave in person a certain kind of way. I think this has been covered ad nauseum. And I even tried giving a distinguishing difference between gold-digging whores, feminist women, and unicorns. Okay, I think that pretty much fits it. And a couple of guys came on and said, "Nope, John, it's been hashed out and it's been decided that there are no unicorns." I guess you could say that. I don't believe it because I know one. I know one. So they must be real. Now, you could make the argument that the absence of appearance means that it cannot exist and does not. Well, that is false logic. That's a logical fallacy. Just because you don't believe in it or have faith in its existence doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And I don't want to get into a logical fallacy discussion. Okay, but that's the way this works. If you claim to be an intellect, an intelligent, you have to use true logic. You cannot use a logical fallacy. You also have to define words very clearly. I would like it understood that if you go read feminist propaganda and see what they do and see what they promote, you will find out that most women are feminists, whether they know it or not. Because it is not claiming the title that makes you something. It is your behavior. It is your belief system. It is your actions. And it is the words you use. When a woman chooses to openly shame me, to stop me from acting and speaking like a man, then she is a feminist, because that is what feminists believe. They believe they should shame a man and correct his behavior. They believe that they have the authority to do so, the moral authority. That doesn't make them anything other than a feminist. No woman should be able to tell any man how to behave any more than any man can tell any woman how to behave. With the exception of this: if you feel so strongly about something, then you fight someone over it. You can fight with words, or you can fight with your fists, guns, knives, whatever. When a woman chooses to engage a man and correct his behavior, she is engaging in the arena of combat. Typically, women choose words for their arena of combat. That is acting like a man. Men fight in combat. Men spar with each other. Men vie for dominance in a relationship, no matter how small or transient or short-lived that relationship is. That is male behavior. That is masculine behavior. And when a woman, a female, engages in that behavior, she is acting as a feminist. When a woman sees another woman is having a divorce and that woman is taking all of that man's stuff, all that she can, she will say, "You go, girl," and support that woman, support her behavior. I've watched them do this. Now, I'm not saying that a good woman, a unicorn, cannot get divorced and be lawfully entitled to her share of the community property. What I'm saying is that when the woman goes, "I'm taking him for all he is, and I'm taking the kids, and I'm taking everything I can. I'm going to screw him, and my lawyer's going to do this and that." Okay, that is not someone who is doing anything other than using feminist belief systems, acting like a feminist, talking like a feminist, right? She's going to punish the man. She's not just dividing the community property. She's going to steal from him as much as she can and use the legal system to do it. That is feminist ideology played out through the legal system. Women use the legal system to fight for them. And they've had clever lawyers come up with clever ways to describe things so that they can feel, or that they can become more entitled to more of a man's life and property. There is no other business arrangement on the planet where the partners split up and one of the partners has to continue to support the other. So it's not business law, it's some other kind of law. But when a woman does that and takes more than 50%, she is a feminist. When another woman supports her and gets behind her and says, "Yeah, you go, girl, you do that. Take him for all he's worth. Take his kids. Hurt him, hurt him, hurt him." That is feminist. When a woman, any woman says she is the equal of a man, she is a feminist. If a woman says, "I can be strong," that's different than saying, "I'm the equal to a man." No woman is the equal of a man unless she has a penis, and then she is no longer a female. You see what I'm saying? Women are women, and women that believe feminist propaganda are themselves feminists. Women shame other women into becoming feminists by claiming something for feminism that it isn't. As stated earlier, feminists do not even think they are feminists. Just regular, run-of-the-mill females running around, stomping the gas and stomping the brake, stomping their feet, running their shopping carts into shit, dominating relationships. That is all masculine behavior. It is not feminine behavior. It is feminist behavior. But feminism is a chameleon. It hides behind lies, sophistry. Feminism lies behind its own name, feminism. It's assumed the mantle of what a woman should be by claiming that a woman should be masculine. It shouldn't be feminism. It should be female masculism. That is what the philosophy really teaches. Female masculism. And men do participate in feminism, so they should rightly also be called female masculists. because they are fighting for, they are actively engaged in their lives in bringing about the destruction of true female feminism and putting in the cuckoo, the replacement, which is female masculinism. Not only are they doing this psychologically and using indoctrination in schools, they're using our food, chemicals. They have so many female hormones, estrogens, plant estrogens through soy, and petroleum-based esters. They're in plastics. They're in our lives everywhere, and they are in our systems. So as men, and in my family especially, we detest anything soy or BPA, anything that would promote the existence or increase the amount of estrogen in our bodies. This is what I think. I think women have so much estrogen in them, and it's fake estrogen, that their own bodies quit producing estrogens, their own natural estrogens, because the body says we've got enough of that. But they're fake estrogens. Women also have an overload of male testosterone, or the male hormone testosterone, because estrogen suppresses testosterone. Real estrogen suppresses testosterone. Fake estrogen does not. So when a woman's body quits producing real estrogen, the body is allowed, the female body allows itself to produce more female-created testosterone, and it builds up in their system. They become more aggressive, more assertive. They become more dominant because they feel that aggression. That is not natural. It is not natural for women to be masculine.